This is the story of every UPSC aspirant. Where to start from? Which subject should I start with? Which books do I refer? How do I analyze previous year questions? Which option should I opt for? Does everyone need a guiding hand? Do you need coaching? Do I need coaching? How should I start my preparation? Do you feel lost in all these questions? Come join Yes UPSC family and let us guide you through this preparation to become an IS and not just an aspirant. Yes UPSC, guiding you to success. Hello everyone, I welcome you to the NCERT program by Yes UPSC. But before we start and I give you the information regarding this program, let's understand the use of NCERT books in UPSC and why are we studying these NCERT books. NCERT is the National Council of Educational Research and Training, and it is an autonomous organization which is set up in 1961 by Government of India. Why it was set up? It used to assist and advise the central and state both the governments on making policies and programs for various qualitative improvements in school education. And as we have studied these books in schools, we know how these books were important for us and they are still important in the exam which selects the civil servants of our country, since these are the basic books in our education system. Now let's understand that the role of NCERT in UPSC. A big part of UPSC preparation is selecting the right study material. NCERT books act as the foundation for the preparation of UPSC. NCERT books help you give the most accurate and basic information about the topic for both UPSC prelims and mains. NCERT is a must because of their credibility and easy to understand language, and these are the basic books in our education system. They will give you the conceptual clarity as well as direct questions come from these books in UPSC. NCERTs are must, as I told you, because of their credibility and easy to understand language. And these books are very significant as they are severe as strong foundation in the civil services exam preparation and help one gain a complete idea about various topics and concepts as well as correlate the issues in news with these topics. That will develop your analytical skill. These books cover topics in a well-framed manner and they arise many questions what, where, how in your mind and clear the concept also. They start with the basic and go on to the higher level, and like many other books, so you are looking to clear your concept, NCERT is the way to go. NCERT books are an authentic source of information as the information published is provided by the government agencies and institutions. NCERT books are reputed to be among the best sources of UPSC exam. Most IAS toppers have hailed these NCERT books as an essential point of their preparation. So you cannot miss your NCERTs to clear this UPSC preparation. Now let's move on and see how NCERTs should be read and what NCERTs you should read. So let's start with the subject polity. In polity, you start with class 9th as class 6 to 8 do not offer a specific book for polity. You have social science book but not specifically polity books. So you will read class 9th Democratic Politics 1, then class 10 Democratic Politics 2, class 11 Indian Constitution and Work, class 12 Politics in India since independence. These 4 books are basic foundation of your polity preparation. Read these books and then you can move on to the higher level or the references books. Let's see economics, as the polity is not available before 9th class in a separate book. Economics has the same case. So we will read the class 9th economics books which is named economics. Then class 10th understanding economic development. Class 11th Indian economic development. First we will understand what is economic development, then we will understand the economic development in perspective of India. Then comes class 12th which is introductory macroeconomics. This 4 NCERTs of economy will be very important to develop your foundation of economics as a subject. Moving further, let's see history. We see history from class 6 to class 12th. So there are approximately 8 NCERTs which you will have to study and you cannot miss for history. This is our past 1 in class 8, our past 2 and 3. So these are the basically the history in these 3 classes will cover the history in a nutshell, and then the explanation will come in higher classes or the more depth will come in higher classes. In class 9, we will study India and Contemporary World 1. In class 10th, India and Contemporary World 2. In 11, Ancient India by R.S. Sharma. Then in class 11, again Medieval India by Satish Chandra. And class 12th, Modern India by Bipin Chandra. These are the specific books which will bifurcate ancient, medieval and modern history so that you get a better chronological idea what happened when and which event was earlier, which event was after that event. For art and culture, the basic book is class 11's An Introduction to Indian Art. You cannot miss this book to develop your concepts of art and culture. Moving further, let's go to geography, and we all know that geography starts from class 6. So we will read the Earth, Our Habitat, the Our Environment, Resource and Development, Contemporary India 1, 10th class Contemporary India 2, Fundamentals of Physical Geography class 11, India Physical Environment, then class 12 Fundamentals of Human Geography, class 12 India People and Economy. So from the physical to the human and economic geography, we will cover everything. In science, you will read class 6 to 10th NCERT only for the basics. That you will read the science and tech syllabus of UPSC and see which topics you should cover. And then accordingly, you for developing your basics, you just choose the topics from class 6 to 10th which will develop your basics. Then in class 11, you have to read few chapters of biology and chemistry which are specifically related to UPSC syllabus. You don't have to read the complete books. Similarly, for class 12th also, chemistry and biology, only few chapters related to your UPSC syllabus and environment. Now let's understand, we have discussed that we have to read so many NCERTs and we cannot miss any NCERTs. You must be thinking that these are so many NCERTs, such a big list. How will I cover all these NCERTs? When will I study my reference books, etc.? But you need to understand that civil services examination is not your regular board exam or school exam or college exam, but it is a civil services examination conducted by UPSC. That is, every year it is conducted, and it is a 3-stage process where every stage has different preparations. An aspirant should be well informed and not be a master of every subject, and it is a generalist exam. You should have information of everything. You should not be a master of everything. This is what I am trying to say here. So you should be acquainted with NCERT's books which provide basic knowledge. Every year at least 35 to 40 prelim questions are directly asked from the NCERTs, and if you are planning to choose humanities optional and you are from a non-humanities background, they will help you in choosing your right optional, and as these will develop basic concept, so you will be able to relate with your optional better. Including NCERT's books in your preparation is the most important step because not many books are required to cover much topics related to UPSC. NCERT books are like mind maps. They aid your understanding and help in effective revision. NCERT books are relevant source of information, so you can rely on information given in these books. The topics covered in NCERT are well researched and unbiased in nature. You can cover almost every topic given in the civil services examination syllabus through NCERT books. Moving further, let's see what our program offers to you. We will cover chapter wise all the topics and we will discuss the chapters in detail. There will be comprehensive coverage of each and every topic, daily revision through our video classes. There will be tests after the classes will be conducted based on your NCERTs to develop your analytical skills and so that you don't commit mistakes in exam. There will be integration with contemporary issues. For example, what is integration with contemporary issues? That if we are reading cyclone, that the current cyclone, what did it lead to in a country, or what kind of disaster it was, what are its features, what harm it has caused to the country, we will read all that. We will give emphasis on key terminologies because at times UPSC asks questions based on these. A daily newspaper analysis with e-notes will be provided by us in this course, and weekly live session by IAS, IPS and KAS officers will be there to motivate you and make you understand what this service is and how we are helping you in this preparation. We have understood what is NCERT. We need to read NCERTs in our UPSC preparation, and we have seen the huge list of NCERTs also. But you may ask that this is such a long list, how I'm gonna cover all these NCERTs? For that there are two methods. Method 1 is that you read your NCERTs class wise. That I will read the class 6th all the NCERTs together, then class 7th, class 8th till class 12th. That is, you study the books class wise. And the second method is that you study it subject wise. That's first I will study geography. So I will study geography of class 6, then I will study geography of class 7th, 8th and till class 12. Then I will pick up the other subject. So this is the other method. But you have to keep one thing in mind when you read these NCERTs. Keep your UPSC syllabus in hand. When you keep your UPSC syllabus in hand, you will read only the topics which are important for your preparation and not everything under the sun. To never study without your syllabus. Do not get diverted or attracted by unnecessary topics from any book. Moving further, you should never read NCERT books as a reader, but try to understand the book as a teacher. Match the frequency of question setter. Put the questions what, why, how, when, and where before the topic, subtopic, paragraph you study. That is, try to understand if you are reading a topic that what kind of a question a UPSC examiner can form out of these lines. So this is an interrogative method, and this is the best method to study NCERTs or any other book, so that you study the relevant information and make best use out of that information. It is highly recommended that you take the notes topic wise, so that you can update these notes as you study the topic again and as the news related to that topic comes up. So it is highly advised you make the notes topic wise and update them regularly. Each subject and topic needs a different note making style. For example, geography needs more of flow chart, maps. History needs again flow charts. You need some bullet points and some factual data, some dates. So you need to understand that a particular subject may need what kind of notes. Every subject has its own forte, so may need different kind of notes. Rephrase the notes in such a way that you need not look back to your book again for same topic after a year or so. That is your note making be such that if you are writing a line in your notes, then that line should comprise of everything you need related to that paragraph in that book. You should not go back to the book. They will be your Bible for the preparation and revision now. You will not go to your books back. Your notes have everything. You just revise your notes. And make sure that you do not make the notes when you read the NCERTs first, because when you read the NCERTs first you will think that everything is very important, and you may find that I didn't know that, so I should write that because I will forget it later. But when you read the NCERTs second or the third time, you will realize that your subconscious mind has a lot of topics registers which you may not need to revise. So your notes will be smaller and crisp, having the summary of that chapter. So it is advised that you read the NCERTs twice before making the notes. So make your notes in the third reading. Now, one thing you should remember while reading NCERT books. Comprehensive skill matters, meaning ability to process text and understand its meaning. That is, when you are reading something, you should completely understand its meaning. Why are you reading it? Why is it relevant to UPSC preparation? And how you can use this example or text in your mains answer writing, or how this line can come up in your prelims examination question. So this is very important point. Keep an achievable target of completing the NCERT books. Just do not see that I have to read 7 books of geography, so I will complete one book in one day. No, you will never be able to do that, because class 6 NCERTs are smaller, class 8 NCERT is smaller, but class 11th NCERT is such a huge NCERT in itself. It is complete geography in itself that it may take up time, and you will take time to grasp it in your brain and not to forget everything and understand concept. So keep an achievable target that I will complete this NCERT in this many days. Just don't keep it an unachievable target and then you'll be disappointed. Oh my god, I didn't complete this NCERT in 3 days. I have planned it to complete in 3 days. No, don't do that to yourself. Keep an achievable target. Fast reading leads to poor retention and forgotten details. Do not rush that I have to complete my all NCERTs in 3 months. No, that is wastage of 3 months. You may complete your NCERTs in 4 months and you will take 1 month extra, but that will be a slow reading. Retention will be there and you will not forget the details. So you will save your 4 months, you will save your data in your brain and not waste your 3 months by reading fast. So keep in head that when you are reading, you should read with retention, and that things should stay in your head when you revise. So your revision is easy. Revision should be like, oh, I've studied this. This is the flow chart. I know this. I know this. I know this. Revision should not be like you will be reading each and every line again. Okay, I have studied this in this chapter. Oh, this was also there. No, the revision should not be like that. Revision should be like revision. Many people will tell you how to read NCERT's books, be it your friends, be it YouTube videos, or everything. Even I have told you two ways to read NCERTs. You have to build your own way to read NCERTs. How you are comfortable. Choose any way of reading. Just make achievable targets and keep in mind that you have to read topics related to UPSC and make notes out of it. When you read NCERT books, your purpose should be to understand the concept, link the concept with something you already know. For example, if I'm reading Cyclone or if I'm reading Right to Vote, so I should relate it with myself that I have seen this thing in my real life where, oh, I read about Cyclone in the newspaper. Oh, my mother voted last year, Right to Vote. So you should be able to relate it with something you already know. Last but not the least, revision. The more you revise, the more you remember. So the concept will register in your head if you revise again and again. So this is very important. Now how reading between the lines is very important. See, UPSC exam is not an exam where NCERT statement will come up in front of you in an exam and you will say, oh my god, I studied this in NCERT class 6. No, this will not happen. They are very smart people when they make paper. They will somehow rotate your statements in NCERTs, but the statements still be there in NCERT. So it is very, very important to read between the lines and understand the meaning of each and every line and understand what the NCERT is trying to say to you and related to UPSC preparation. They will expand your perspective when you read between the lines. Your perspective is expanded. When you start to look into the things with more detail, you begin to understand the topic in depth. This allows you to look beyond what is being said and also help you analyze different topics. An analyzing ability is something that will always help you stand apart from the crowd. People who tend to read between the lines are considered rather imaginative because it requires you to think from various perspectives. For every word and every sentence, there will be an alternative meaning, and figuring that out can help you expand your imagination. It requires you to push past what you know and look beyond what is being said. It also allows you to have a smooth and effective conversation. Oftentimes, things have a way of getting lost. Not everyone can communicate as freely as well as others. A person who can read between the lines has the ability to move past those barriers and understand others better. This will help you in interview a lot. This in turn allows you to have a smoother and more understanding conversation, which is the gain, a very, very important aspect in clearing your UPSC interview. Reading between the lines teaches you the importance of paying attention. Most of the times there is a little things we tend to miss. Whatever it was, a sentence, a particular word, or it can be lost in the fast reading. As I told you, the fast reading is not recommended in case of UPSC preparation because you will miss out on things. When you read between the lines, picking up on these things become easier. You pay more attention to the subject and hence improving your understanding of the concept. Now let's coming to how to prepare for UPSC. First of all, you need to prepare yourself that yes, I am going to prepare for this exam. Then the next step is, this is your first step. Then the next step is to know your exam well. How will you know the exam well? Read the syllabus. Know the pattern of the exam. We have already made a video on what is UPSC and how you should prepare for UPSC, eligibility, pattern, etc. So do watch that video to get more knowledge and to know the exam well. Then the third step should be that you make a timetable, a proper timetable, day wise and month wise, so that what you are going to study when, you should have that knowledge. So make your timetable and stick to it. Fourth should be newspaper reading daily routine. You cannot miss your newspaper as there are a lot of questions coming from newspaper and contemporary topics coming in exam. Then fifth should be strengthen your foundation. For that, NCERT play a very huge role as I have explained it to you. Then sixth would be source wisely. That is, choose your books wisely. You know you have to study NCERT. Then after that, you know they are not sufficient. You will go to reference books. Then you should choose your reference books very carefully, keeping the syllabus of UPSC in mind. Then step 7 is stay connected and stay updated with current affairs. Do not miss out on current affairs as in I have read the newspaper today. What change will come tomorrow? Let's skip the newspaper for a day. No. Everyday newspaper is very, very important and everyday note making out of the newspaper is very important. Updating your current affairs is very important. Then eighth step is note making. Whatever you study, make notes out of it so that Your revision, which is your step 9, is easy and you don't have to go back to books again and again. When you are done studying, making notes, revising, you should test your knowledge now. This is the time for solving previous year question papers and mock test series so that you can analyze where you lack, that is, which subject is weak, and you can prepare that subject very well. Do not waver, that is, you should be calm enough and focused enough to study that, okay, fine, I have time, I will be able to clear this examination. So your strategy will be like this. It is an easy exam, I would say, if you prepare well, you revise well, and you should not think that you cannot clear UPSC. So this was all about our program, how we are going to teach you NCERT books in details and make your preparation easy with this NCERT program of Yes UPSC. I hope you realize the importance of NCERT and join this program. This is all for this video. Thank you.